Ladies and gentlemen, do you know that inside of you right now lies a power greater than your fear, greater than your past, and greater than every obstacle standing in your way? The invisible is greater than the visible because everything we see in the physical world first began in the unseen realm. Every building was once an idea in someone's mind. Every invention started as a vision before it became tangible. And every breakthrough in life began as a thought or a dream long before it appeared in reality. The visible is temporary, fragile, and constantly changing. Seasons change, circumstances shift, and problems rise and fall. But the invisible, the things of faith, hope, and spirit are eternal and unshakable. When we rely only on what we can see, we limit ourselves to the surface level of life. But when we learn to trust in what we cannot see, we tap into a higher power that governs all creation. The unseen power of belief, faith, and vision shapes destinies more than external circumstances ever could. A person who looks only at their lack of money, their sickness, or their failure will feel hopeless and defeated. But a person who dares to see beyond the visible and hold on to the invisible truth that things can change, that healing is possible, that success is within reach, will walk with confidence even when nothing looks promising. The invisible fuels perseverance because it gives you the strength to move forward even when your eyes cannot yet see the outcome. That is why many people stop halfway. They focus on visible obstacles and lose sight of the invisible promise. The invisible carries the power of imagination. When you imagine a better tomorrow, when you dream of becoming something greater, that picture exists in the invisible realm. If you nourish it with persistence, prayer, and belief, eventually it manifests in the physical world. The greatest leaders, inventors, and visionaries were not limited by what was visible in their time. They looked into the invisible and saw possibilities others could not see. Their ability to believe in the unseen became the foundation of their success. In the same way, when you learn to fix your focus on the invisible, you train yourself to rise above circumstances instead of being crushed by them. Problems, pain, and setbacks are visible, but purpose, resilience, and faith are invisible. A storm may shake your life, but peace within can keep you unshaken. Failure may appear visible, but the lessons and growth within it are invisible treasures. Fear is visible in trembling hands, but courage is invisible in the heart that still decides to move forward. This is why the invisible is greater. It is the root, while the visible is only the fruit. Without roots, fruit cannot exist. The unseen realm gives birth to the seen. What is planted in your mind, your spirit, and your belief system will one day show up in your visible world. If you want to change what you see, start by changing what you believe. The invisible will always be the seed, and the visible will always be the harvest. Success begins in the heart, because every outward achievement is first born in the inner life of a person. What people often call success in the world, wealth, recognition, position, or influence, is only the visible fruit of something much deeper. It all begins with belief, conviction, and the vision one carries inside. The heart is the place where dreams are conceived, where determination is forged, and where the courage to take action is born. Without the inner drive of the heart, no amount of opportunity in the external world can create lasting success. A person who looks strong on the outside but carries doubt, fear, or defeat in their heart will eventually fail to sustain their progress. But a person who may appear weak on the outside, but carries faith, vision, and courage in their heart can rise above circumstances and create something extraordinary. The heart is where self-belief resides, and that belief determines how far a person will go. If someone carries in their heart the thought that they are unworthy, undeserving, or incapable, they will sabotage themselves even when doors of opportunity open. But if their heart is full of the conviction that they are capable, valuable, and destined for more, they will turn even small opportunities into great victories. The heart acts as the compass of life, directing choices and actions. Success is not accidental. It flows from a heart that believes it is possible. Many people wait for conditions to change before they decide to believe. But the truth is that conditions change only when the heart changes first. A heart filled with vision can see beyond current limitations. When someone dares to hold on to a picture of success inside, they begin to attract the resources, the people, and the opportunities that align with that vision. Even in the darkest times, the light of a strong heart shines through. That inner vision becomes the fuel that keeps a person moving when everything outside says to quit. This is why so many stories of great leaders and innovators emphasize the inner fire they carried long before the world recognized them. Their heart had already succeeded before their hands produced anything visible. The heart is also the place where persistence is born. Challenges, failures, and setbacks are part of every journey. What separates us, those who give up from those who succeed, is not external strength, but internal resolve. A person with a strong heart can endure difficulties without losing faith, because their success is already secured within. No storm can break a heart that is anchored in belief and purpose. The heart carries resilience that the eyes cannot see, and it is this resilience that transforms obstacles into stepping stones. True success is not simply achieving goals. It is becoming the kind of person who can carry success without being destroyed by it. That transformation begins inside, in the heart. When the heart is filled with gratitude, humility, vision, and faith, success flows naturally into every area of life. The heart sets the foundation for the future, and whatever is written in the heart will eventually be written in the story of one's life. Faith creates reality because it shapes the way we see the world, the way we respond to challenges, and the way we move toward our destiny. What begins as an unseen conviction in the heart has the power to manifest into visible outcomes. Every great achievement, every breakthrough, every story of transformation is rooted in faith. Faith in oneself, faith in a vision, and faith in possibilities that others cannot see. The world often teaches that you must first see results before you believe. But true faith reverses this order. Faith believes first, even when there is no evidence, and through that belief, evidence is created. It is the invisible power that draws the future into the present. When a person walks in faith, they live with a perspective that rises above circumstances. Problems may appear, obstacles may stand tall, but faith refuses to bow to what is seen. It chooses instead to trust in the unseen reality of what can be. This mental and spiritual posture produces strength, resilience, and creativity. A person without faith becomes paralyzed by fear, overwhelmed by setbacks, and blinded by doubt. But a person of faith moves forward with courage, speaks with conviction, and acts with confidence even when the path ahead looks uncertain. That boldness itself begins to create results because opportunities and solutions reveal themselves to those who believe they exist. Faith also creates reality through the words we speak. Words carry creative power, and what flows from the heart in faith eventually shapes the environment around us. When you declare healing, strength, and victory in faith, you release energy that aligns your actions and decisions with the outcome you desire. Over time, consistent words of faith shift your reality to match your declaration. Doubt speaks defeat and sees defeat. Faith speaks victory and walks into victory. What the mouth confesses consistently becomes the life one experiences, because faith-filled words plant seeds that grow into visible fruit. Beyond words, faith transforms the way a person acts. Faith is not passive. It moves people to take steps toward their vision, even when they cannot see the full picture. A dream may feel impossible, but faith drives one to act as if it is already on its way. That action sets in motion a chain of events that bring the invisible into the visible. History is filled with stories of men and women who dared to take steps in faith, often mocked or doubted at first, only to later prove that their belief was the very thing that created the reality others could not see. Faith creates reality because it aligns the inner world with the outer world. The reality you experience today is often the result of the faith or doubt you carried yesterday. By choosing to believe in greater things, by holding on to promises unseen, and by acting as though they are already true, you give birth to a new reality. Faith is not wishful thinking. It is the creative force that transforms vision into experience, the unseen into the seen, and the impossible into the possible. Vision is a seed because every great achievement, invention, or transformation begins first as an unseen picture planted in the heart and mind. Just as a seed carries within it the potential of a mighty tree, a vision carries the potential of a future reality. A seed looks small, fragile, and insignificant, but inside it lies power that only time and nurture can reveal. In the same way, a vision may appear impossible, unrealistic, or too distant when it first takes root in a person's heart, yet if it is guarded, watered, and cultivated, it will eventually grow into something visible and impactful. Nothing ever comes into existence without first being envisioned, and that is why vision is the true beginning of success. A seed must be planted in the right soil to grow, and a vision must be planted in the soil of faith. Without faith, vision withers because doubt and fear act like weeds that choke its growth. A person who carries vision in their heart must protect it from negativity, discouragement, and the voices of limitation. Not everyone will understand or support a vision, just as not every soil can nurture a seed. But when vision is planted deep within a heart that believes, it becomes unstoppable. Even in difficult conditions, it will find ways to push through, just as a seed pushes through the soil to reach the sunlight. Vision also requires patience, just as seeds require time to grow. No one plants a seed in the ground and expects a harvest overnight. In the same way, vision does not immediately appear in its fullness. There are seasons of waiting, nurturing, and persevering. During these seasons, it may seem as though nothing is happening, but beneath the surface, roots are being established. Vision is growing in strength, building resilience, and preparing for the moment when it will break through and be seen by the world. Many people give up too soon because they cannot see progress, forgetting that growth often happens invisibly before it becomes visible. A seed multiplies beyond itself, and vision also has the power to expand far beyond the individual who carries it. One small vision can inspire communities, generations, and even nations. When nourished with dedication and faith, vision produces fruits that bless not only the dreamer, but also those around them. Just as one seed can produce an entire forest, one vision can ignite countless other dreams and open doors for endless possibilities. Vision is a seed because it holds promise, power, and potential within something that appears simple and ordinary. What looks like a thought in the mind or a dream in the heart is, in fact, the beginning of a new reality waiting to unfold. Just as a farmer treasures a seed, guards it, and tends to it until harvest, so must a person honor their vision, protect it from doubt, and nurture it with persistence. Over time, that vision will rise, flourish, and become the very reality that once existed only in the unseen. Speak to your mountain is a call to face the challenges of life with faith-filled words and an unwavering confidence rather than fear and complaint. Mountains symbolize the obstacles, difficulties, and problems that seem immovable and overwhelming. Everyone encounters mountains at some point, whether they come in the form of financial struggles, broken relationships, health battles, or inner fears. These mountains often appear too large to overcome, and many people choose to stand still, staring at them, talking about how big they are and feeling powerless. But the truth is that mountains are not meant to paralyze you, they are meant to be moved. The power to move them is not found in complaining or shrinking back, but in speaking with faith and authority. Words have power, and when spoken with conviction, they carry creative force. Just as a seed carries the potential of a tree, a word carries the potential of a new reality. When you speak words of doubt, fear, and defeat, you strengthen the mountain before you. But when you speak words of faith, courage, and victory, you weaken its hold and begin to carve a path through it. Speaking to your mountain is not wishful thinking. It is aligning your heart and words with the belief that no obstacle is greater than the destiny within you. Speaking to the mountain also shifts your mindset. Instead of seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances, you rise as a victor who has the authority to command change. Mountains often remain, not because they cannot be moved, but because people refuse to speak to them. Silence allows fear to grow stronger, while bold declarations silence fear and awaken courage. By speaking life into a situation, you begin to see possibilities where there were none before. Faith-filled words transform the atmosphere of the heart and the environment around you. It is important to understand that speaking to your mountain requires consistency. A mountain rarely disappears in a single moment. Just as a seed takes time to grow, words take time to manifest their full effect. The more you speak with confidence, the more you align your actions, decisions, and outlook with the belief that breakthrough is inevitable. Consistency in speaking faith is like hammering a rock. One strike may not break it, but repeated strikes will eventually cause it to crumble. Mountains are also tests of belief. They reveal whether you truly trust in the unseen power of faith or whether you allow visible obstacles to control you. Speaking to the mountain demonstrates trust that there is a force greater than the problem at hand. It is declaring that setbacks are temporary, that the present condition is not permanent and that the future holds victory. By choosing to speak to your mountain, you exercise authority over fear, declare victory over defeat, and release the power within you to change your circumstances. Greatness is already within you because every individual is born with unique gifts, talents, and potential that are not dependent on external validation or circumstances. Too often people spend their lives searching outside themselves for approval, opportunities, or inspiration, thinking that greatness is something to be acquired rather than something to be discovered. The truth is that greatness is not something distant that you need to chase. It is something placed inside of you from the very beginning, waiting to be recognized, developed, and expressed. Just as a seed carries the full potential of a tree within its tiny form, you carry the full potential of greatness within your heart, mind, and spirit. The challenge is that most people overlook what they already possess because they compare themselves with others. They see someone else's success, influence, or achievement and assume that they are missing something essential. But greatness does not come from imitation, it comes from authenticity. Your uniqueness is your power, and when you begin to embrace your individuality instead of hiding it, you unlock the greatness that has been hidden within you. Comparison blinds you to your own gifts, while self-belief awakens them. Greatness within you is not defined by external status or possessions, but by inner strength, resilience, and the ability to impact others. It is not only about achieving titles or wealth, it is about living fully in your purpose and using your gifts to create change in the world around you. A person who realizes their inner greatness walks with confidence because they understand that their value is not dependent on what others say or what circumstances dictate. Even in seasons of struggle, they carry themselves with dignity because they know their potential has not diminished. Awakening the greatness within requires a shift in perspective. Instead of waiting for the perfect time, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect support, you begin to act with what you already have. Small steps taken with faith in your inner capacity lead to big results over time. Many of the world's most influential leaders, inventors, and thinkers did not begin with extraordinary resources. They began with vision, persistence, and the belief that they carried something valuable within themselves. Their greatness was not given to them by the world. It was something they uncovered and developed until the world could no longer ignore it. Greatness within you also manifests when you face challenges. Adversity is often the pressure that reveals hidden strength. Diamonds are formed under pressure, and in the same way, trials bring out qualities of courage, patience, and resilience that you may never have known existed. What feels like breaking you is often shaping you into the person who can carry the weight of greatness responsibly. The greatness within you does not need permission to exist. It is already there, waiting for your decision to believe in it and act on it. The moment you stop underestimating yourself, stop delaying your vision, and stop waiting for external approval, you allow that greatness to rise. When you embrace it, nurture it, and release it, your life becomes a testimony that greatness was never far away. It was within you all along.